Welcome to another episode of Too Late to Sleep. This week it is brought to you by this Broken Heart Best Friends pendant. For when you want to turn on somebody. Choo choo, motherfuckers. This is Too Late to Sleep. So the big news, of course, Money in the Bank was this weekend. We had the first ever women's Money in the Bank champion, James Ellsworth. Yeah. No. So basically, as you probably know by now, if you don't know, I don't know why you're watching, James Ellsworth grabbed the briefcase at the end of the women's Money in the Bank match, dropped the briefcase to Carmella, and everybody lost their shit. It was a bad finish. Now the idea was to make Carmella the undeserving heel winner. She was not a bad choice to win the match, and winning by some kind of nefarious means is a good way to get her heat, but with it being the first ever, it was not a great idea to put that stain on it. So maybe not the best way to go about it. A lot of people very strongly felt the same way. And they ended up basically hitting the reset button, and they're going to do it again on Tuesday. Same with the Women's Championship match. They're going to do it again on Tuesday. Even though there wasn't really any kind of funkiness about that finish, they're still going to redo it. Lana versus Naomi on Tuesday. It just seems like all the time we get the pay-per-view match, and then either the next night or the night after or the week after that, we get the same match all over again. It's like Groundhog Day. Now we did also get Corbin winning the briefcase. I think that is a great thing for Baron Corbin. They held him in stasis for pretty much an entire year last year after he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on his first day on the main roster. They clearly wanted to treat him like he was a potential future star. And now they've got that where they kind of have to do something with him. Because when you have that briefcase, either you become the champion or you become Damien Sandow. There is no middle ground. If he does not cash that in within a year, he looks like a joke. Sandow never came back from that. The best he did was as Mizdow, and as soon as that was over, he was dead in the water. There just was no coming back from that lost cash-in. So clearly they have given themselves an ultimatum. We're doing something with Corbin, or else we're doing nothing with him. On Raw, we had Enzo and Cass split up, as we saw at the beginning of the show. They kind of telegraphed this a little bit with Corey Graves saying that he wanted to shake the hand of the man that beat up Enzo, and then the next week he comes out with Big Cass shaking his hand. Kind of telegraphed that one. I'm sure we'll see some reference to it on Raw, but it was weird how when they revealed this, Corey Graves was the one who outed Big Cass, because he has never been on Enzo's side on anything. So why would he expose the guy that beat up Enzo so that he would no longer beat him up? He gets nothing out of it. It felt like they were trying to tie this to his story with Kurt Angle, which I have to wonder if they even have somewhere they're going with that, or just a vague idea. So, didn't really work perfectly for me, but whatever. It's going to be interesting to see how Enzo does without Big Cass there to basically wrestle for him. And it's going to be weird to see how Big Cass does without Enzo there to talk for him, because they have those huge deficiencies that each other complemented. That's why they worked so well as a team. Cass did most of the work in the ring. Enzo did most of the work on the microphone. It worked. Now it's not going to. Be fun to see how that goes. The other big news, we got Mauro Ranallo is not leaving WWE. He announced that he is going to be joining the broadcast team for NXT, which is going to be interesting because They already have a 3-man team. They just brought back Percy Watson. What's going to happen to the team as it is? The nice thing is this should work out better for Mauro's schedule. He only has to do 1 day of taping for about a month's worth of episodes. So hopefully if he has any issues, there were rumors that he started missing episodes of SmackDown because of his depression or his, they don't call it bipolar anymore. Or, no, they do call it bipolar. It's not manic depressive. Because of his bipolar disorder, which he has been open about having. But the rumor is whether or not that's why he was missing shows. But hopefully this will make it more tenable for him to go and do a month's worth of shows in a single day. I hope that that's what the issue was. He's been very assertive that it was not issues with other people. He hasn't mentioned JBL by name, but he's trying to distance himself from that being the story. So hopefully this works out better for him. He did a wonderful job at the Cruiserweight Classic, and this is going to be a little bit more similar to that. I really hope this works out best for him. I'm glad he's not leaving WWE. I'm glad he's going to be broadcasting wrestling, and I think his spirit is going to carry so much towards what they're doing in NXT better than it ever did on SmackDown. So that's going to be a good thing for everybody, I think. And then we got the story the other day that Jim Cornette received a visit from the police, which he said is not unprecedented, but he hadn't done anything recently, so he was very confused until they asked him, is this your name, what's your birthday, made sure he was the right guy, and served him papers. A restraining order from Vince Russo. Now, he's only uploaded the cover, the front page of the restraining order. He says it's, I believe, 9 pages. So until we see the entire order, don't know just what he's barred from, but he's not barred from talking about it. Apparently, Vince Russo feels threatened. Claims that Jim Cornette has physically threatened him over the podcast a number of times in a number of states. From the way Cornette has described it on Twitter and on YouTube, is a distance thing. He can't get within a certain distance. He probably can't make any statements that sound threatening, which is probably why Vince Russo filed this in the first place. But Cornette is laughing about it because he's saying he never wanted to get close to Russo or his wife in the first place. This doesn't stop him from doing anything that he wanted to do. It's a non-issue. But this is probably the most contentious that two wrestling personalities have been towards each other since Matt Hardy and Edge. It is that crazy how this has gotten between them that they are bringing the law in. I don't know what to say about that, so please leave me your comments. Let me know what you are thinking about that. If not, hit me up at the Reddit Country Club. There's always a companion thread to go along with Too Late to Sleep. We'd love to hear from you over there. Thank you for watching, Trampions. I can't imagine why you would watch if you didn't enjoy this. If you didn't enjoy it, though, let me know what you didn't in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. I love you guys. As always, cheers.